Who's that cute boy?
Mom.
What was that? Mama? Good morning, guys. It is 7:15 and we are starting our day. We actually started our day about 6:30 this morning, but we've just been hanging out in bed for a little bit. Good morning. Okay, good morning again, guys. For today's video, you guys get to follow us around for the next 24 hours to kind of see what life is like with an 8-month-old, right? Do you want me to feed it to you? Here. So let's talk about what's already happened this morning. But before we jump into that, I want to talk about the fact that it's Monday and daylight savings was yesterday. So our schedule is a little shaky right now. We're trying to get back adjusted to our normal schedule, but we've got to get adjusted to that hour difference. So Taryn woke up at 6:30 this morning. Jonathan left for school at 7:15, and that is when Taryn and I got out of bed. We always construct a little play fort in our living room for him, just like out of pillows and stuff to keep him in the living room. So Jonathan set that up before he left, and then I threw Taryn in there so he could play for a little bit while I drink my coffee. And that is a time that I choose to be on my phone a little bit while Taryn is content. And that lasted, I mean, literally just enough time for me to drink my coffee, maybe 20 minutes. And then I got Taryn's breakfast ready. I kind of alternate what I feed Taryn every day. So this morning we just went with some baby oatmeal with some peanut butter mixed in, a pretty easy option, but he is pretty easy to please when it comes to food, at least. If you want to see what other foods Taryn might eat for breakfast, I am going to be doing a video going over like what I feed Taryn in a day, and I will include breakfast in that video. He eats 3 meals a day and he's almost 8 months old. Our doctor said that that was fine to do if he wanted it, and he definitely wants to eat solid food. He's not happy if I'm eating in front of him and he doesn't get anything. So if I'm eating a meal, Taryn's eating a meal. So that's where we are at now. It's a little after 8:15, so about an hour from when we got out of bed. At this point, he's already been up for 2 hours, and normally he makes it about 2.5 to 3 hours before he goes down for a nap. That's where we are now. We're feeding Taryn, but now I need to clean you up.
You're so grumpy.
You're so grumpy. This kid has an attitude, by the way. He's going through his 6th developmental leap. It's just a lot. So I'm gonna clean him up, and then it's probably gonna be nap time pretty quick here. You are a mess. Quick and easy. Wasn't that painless, dude? Yeah, you're just so dramatic. Yeah, we're grumpy. So his room is 68 degrees, so I put him in a warm sleep sack. That way he doesn't get cold, right? We don't want you to get cold. Okay guys, so it it is a little bit later and Taryn and I are just rocking in his room right now. He woke up from his nap probably almost an hour ago now, and he has just been so grumpy. He just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, didn't you, buddy? I fed him, we've been playing, I've been trying to sing to him and everything, and he's just not having it. So we are just taking some cuddle time in his room and rocking, and he seems to be enjoying that a little. He is going through a developmental leap right now. I use this app called the Wonder Weeks, and it gives me an estimate of when he might be going through developmental leaps. So when he's like in a stage of learning a lot of new things and taking new things in. And I logged onto that the other day, and it literally described like all of the like characteristics he's been showing. He's been super grumpy, he's been super clingy, he has definitely like expressed when he's upset. So like if I took his pacifier right now, he's playing with it, he wants it, he would freak out. And that's a new thing. I mean, obviously he's fine having his pacifier, but like sometimes he'll grab like one of Lola's toys or something he's not supposed to have, and if I take it, he literally like throws himself back and freaks out. So you have a little attitude, don't you? So it's almost 11 o'clock and we have an errand to run pretty soon, but I think we're just gonna rock and hang out for a little bit before we go, just because he is just not in the best mood, and this seems to be what he wants. Don't you think? So we just dropped off some donations and walked around Goodwill for a little bit. And now we are at Target. We just looked through the Christmas section, and now we are just gonna walk around for a little bit to kill some time. All of their Halloween stuff is on like crazy clearance, and I looked to see if they had their like Christmas board books for kids yet out, and they did not. So I might have to come back for this little bear. I think it matches our tree, but I haven't put our tree up in a couple years, so I don't really remember. Okay, I just found these at the dollar section. They're $7, but these are really cute. And look, there's like a little alphabet. And these would be great gifts if you know somebody with a baby. This is super cute. I'm really into the wood stuff. It looks nice, but also like these are just great sensory and learning. And if you're into the Montessori, these lacing shapes are awesome activities. So that's really fun. So the Christmas stuff is just starting to come out, so not too much, just a little. But I think we're gonna head home and have lunch now, and Taryn's gonna want some milk and probably some lunch as well. Or maybe he will just be ready for his next nap when we get home. He is looking pretty sleepy. How was your nap? Oh, you're not very happy. So I'm gonna give Taryn a little bit of time to wake up from his nap. But after that, in a few minutes, I'm going to organize his toys. Like I was saying earlier, he is definitely like going through something right now, and he can be really grumpy. And another part of that is he literally freaks out if I walk away from him. It's been hard for me to get things done around the house like that. Honestly, most of the day I just spend in the living room with him, keeping him occupied, playing with him, and then once he goes to bed, that's when I'm like productive for the day. Yeah, it looks like he has found a toy he's interested in, so I'm gonna go ahead and go into his room and grab his baskets of toys and bring them out here and throw everything on the ground, see what we've got, and figure out what we want where. Okay, so these are the toys we will be keeping in the living room. There's some loud ones, there's some soft ones, there's some teethers, there's some rattles, there's a variation of everything. And then these baskets right here are gonna go in his room. I've organized them so that some days I will just pull out what's in this basket, and then some days I will just pull out what's in this basket when we go into his room. So I need to go put those in his room. But honestly, it feels so good to not have like this basket overflowing of toys in our living room. Okay guys, it has been a little while since I actually picked up the camera, but we were having some technical difficulties.
I've saved the day though.
Yeah, Jonathan figured it out. Basically, our memory card that I had been recording on all day chipped, and my computer wouldn't read it. So
And by chipped, she means literally chipped. Literally the smallest little corner piece came off, and for some reason that keeps the laptop from being able to take anything off of it. But I was able to figure it out. We got it. I had to put it from the camera wirelessly to my phone, then from my phone to the laptop. Long story short, it worked. But
crisis averted. We saved the footage. I would have had a mental breakdown if I would have worked on that video all day and it just didn't work out. But anyway, we just put Taryn down. Oh, he's crying. Hold on one second.
he's trying to get his pacifier in his mouth.
This is what sleep training looks like, by the way. It's not always the most fun. Poor little guy. Leftovers for dinner. Okay, little man just woke up from his nap. Oh, it's so sad to be you. He doesn't want Jonathan.
That's not true.
Oh yeah?
He doesn't want you either.
So he actually just woke up like at perfect time because it's 5:50 and I was gonna wake him up in 10 minutes anyway. Not a very long nap, but hopefully enough to put him in a better mood because you've been grumpy. Obviously, I'm not going to share with you guys all the tantrums he's had today, but there's been a lot of them, so. On to feeding Taryn. I can't show you guys what he's going to have for dinner because we're going to be, we're going to be doing a what my 8-month-old eats in a day video, and that should be up soon, but I will show you the aftermath, so. This doesn't even look that bad. Then you look down here and you realize he made a mess. But that's okay because Lola will clean it up happily. Isn't that right, Lola? See, I love when he eats because he makes such mess. Roar! Come on, something, kid.
Roar!
We have to get Taryn cleaned up before bed. And in order to do that, one of us has to get him ready for bed, which is a chore.
Getting him ready for bed includes cleaning the food off of him, putting lotion on him, changing his diaper into his nighttime diapers, changing him into pajamas, taking his clothes that he's got on off. Yeah.
It's messy and his lotion's really sticky and just gets all over your hands. So there's only one way to decide.
We do this literally every night.
Every single night.
Taryn, I'm sorry you have to see your parents fighting.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Dang it. Alright, I lost fair and square.
That was quite the battle. It usually
I
is.
always lose.
Okay, Lola, we're just gonna go get Taryn ready for bed. Try not to get into any trouble while we're gone. What you got there?
What are you doing up there?
Okay, it's 7 o'clock and it's time to get this boy ready for bed. He is all lotioned up and in his jammies. And we gotta do the rest of our nighttime routine and throw him in bed. I would show you more of his nighttime routine, but we're gonna be doing a nighttime routine video soon. If you're interested in seeing that video, be sure to subscribe. But this guy is not in the mood for me to be chatting, so I will see you guys after he gets to bed. Oh. So Taryn is now asleep, and the next thing on my to-do list is to clean up the kitchen. We had leftovers for dinner tonight, so it's actually not too bad, but there is a little I need to clean up. No matter what Taryn eats, it always makes a mess. So I need to clean his high chair, tidy up the kitchen, and then I kind of get to have my me time. I use that me time term kind of loosely because honestly, tonight I have to work on this video, but if I wasn't filming a video, sometimes I read. I've been currently rereading Twilight. I've also been rewatching Vampire Diaries. Sometimes if Jonathan doesn't have to study, we will watch a movie together. But tonight it's pretty much business and I have to edit this video. Okay, and that is as good as it gets. Now it is time to edit. Before I do that, I wanted to talk to you guys about sleep training and Taryn's schedule. Okay, so my plan is to share with you guys our night to try and capture exactly what time he wakes up and share that with you, so you kind of get like an insight to our sleep training. I had mentioned it, I think Taryn was 5 months old when we started sleep training, and he's still not sleeping through the night, so you'll kind of really get to see what our gentle approach to sleep training is. Because right now what we do is I don't feed him until 11 o'clock at the earliest. If he wakes up at 10:30, he cries for a little bit and then usually ends up falling back asleep, and then I just let him sleep until he wakes up after 11. Sometimes that's 11 on the dot, sometimes it's 2:30. So that's kind of what that looks like, but typically it's 11. The 2:30 thing, it's happened a couple times and it's really gotten my hopes up, but it just hasn't stuck. And then after that 11 o'clock feed, I don't feed him again until 4. He goes for 4 hours between 7 and 11, and then from 11 to 4 he goes 5, and that's the longest amount of time that he goes without eating. So we'll see what happens tonight, but I will share that with you guys. And if anything else exciting happens, I will share that with you. Otherwise, we will see you guys when Taryn wakes up for his next feed. So just a little update. It is like 10:10 and he just woke up and was fussing, but I think he's back asleep, but it's daylight savings. So normally this would be 11 o'clock, this would be when he eats, but I just need to get him a little bit more adjusted. Last night I did feed him at 10:30 just because I felt bad for making him like try and adjust. So if he wakes up and he really wants to eat, I will feed him, but we're gonna try, fingers crossed we can make it to 11 so we can try and get him back on somewhat of a schedule. These baby hairs, like seriously, hopefully we will see you at like 11 or later. I hope you can hear me. It is actually just after 2:30. I think it's almost 2:40 now, but I just fed Taryn. He didn't wake up at 11, so that's pretty cool. We'll see how long he sleeps now. He went 7 hours without eating. Like, I literally was not expecting that. I don't know what happened. He was so grumpy yesterday. Maybe he was just really tired, but I'm gonna go back to bed. And I will see you guys when he wakes up next, which really might be tomorrow morning. I don't want to be too wishful. I'll probably make him wait 3 hours. Yeah, I will make him wait 3 hours. Yeah, oh my gosh. That's awesome. Okay. Yay. Good night, guys. Good morning, guys. Okay, I'm still waking up, so I will talk to you guys in a couple minutes. Okay, good morning, guys. Let's talk about last night. Do you want to fill them in, Jonathan?
Yeah, so Taryn started crying.
What time?
Roughly about the time he normally does. It was just thrown off for an hour because of daylight savings time, so.
Yeah, no. Jonathan actually did not wake up, but that's fine. Because usually when Taryn wakes up, he just wants to eat and then...
That being said, I always tell Abby she can wake me up. She just has to, you know, dump a bucket of water on my head. So she has full permission to do that at any point in time.
I mean, Taryn's pretty easy. He just wants fed and then he goes back to sleep. But sometimes, like, if he wakes up and it's not time for him to eat yet, I do have to wake up Jonathan to send him in there, because if I go in there, Taryn freaks because he wants to be fed. But anyway, he did not wake up at the usual time, Jonathan. He woke up at 2:30. He woke up at 1:30 and, like, made a few noises, and I watched him on the baby monitor and he went right back to sleep. So he woke up at like 5:30, a little after 5:30, and ate again and then went back to bed. And then he woke up at like 7 and here we are. But anyway, it is 8 o'clock now and we are just hanging out. We're doing our morning. So that is 24 hours with a 8-month-old, or almost 8-month-old. I hope it was interesting for you guys. I mean, it's just real life. There's nothing too exciting that goes on a daily basis in our house. He was pretty grumpy yesterday, so it was kind of hard to film like a lot of him playing because there just wasn't too much of that. It was a lot of me comforting him, and for obvious reasons I'm not gonna just throw clips of him screaming in a video. So that's all for today's video. If you did like this 24-hour day in the life video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up so that way I know and can make more. And also don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.